we're gonna learn about how to create avatars of ourselves or of somebody for thumbnails. I'm gonna show you how to create a package of avatars so that you can use when you're creating thumbnails for someone. And this is either for a client, for yourself, and this will help you save a lot of time because not always can we afford to go to the spaceship or go to a crazy scenario and make something happen that is beyond our regular life. Like if I want to be in a space station, I can have that happen with AI. So for my goal here, I'm gonna have 3 types of images: a excited one, a sad one, and shocked one. That way it really covers the range of YouTube thumbnails. So the first step in doing that is to go onto Midjourney. You could also use whichever text to image generator that you like. I personally really like Midjourney, so I'm gonna use it. Portrait of. Now, Midjourney has this special bracket thing where it'll render out 3 different things if I put it in here separated by commas. So I'm gonna do excited, shocked, sad. And then after this, you're gonna think of what things describe this character. So for example, if you're describing me, I would probably put Asian man, because if you face swap into somebody else that's not very similar to you, it doesn't turn out as well. Sometimes it doesn't even turn out. So make sure you describe the character pretty closely. If they have a man bun, if they have long hair or something, add that in there because that makes a big difference. And then here you could give them a uniform. Maybe it's an astronaut. Maybe this guy is a cowboy. Maybe he's a farmer. So for here, maybe I'll have Asian man in suit. And then we'll render it. But sometimes there's things that you should keep in mind, such as potentially the age of this person. Maybe when this renders all out, the person that's rendering is an old man or a young kid, and we're trying to make an image that looks like me. So for those situations, we need to go back and change it. But you might get lucky and everything turns out on the first render. Personally, from my experience, most of the time it doesn't turn out on the first render, so you have to go and do a couple renders after that. So from here, it looks like some of these are pretty good looking. So the first one, excited Asian man, I could probably use maybe the third one. So I'll take the third one, I'll upscale that one, and then we'll face swap and see how it turns out. Now the second render of shocked Asian man could probably use the first or second one. So I'll take the first one, upscale it. And now for the sad Asian man one, maybe I'll use this second one. Seems to be all right. We're not especially picky since this is just an example, but if you want your avatars to look precise and exactly what you want, you might want to go back, change different things, maybe change the suit, change the hairstyle, change what glasses they're wearing. So here are our 3, and then I'll do a face swap, which if you don't know what to do or how to get to doing the face swap, I have another video on that. And so I will face swap all 3 of these and then change if needed. Now this is just face swapping me into these characters. And as you can see, sometimes it really does not look like me. And in these situations, we might have to go back, re-render these images, find something that we can use, and then swap it in again. And hopefully the character that time looks like the character that you're trying to make. Now, out of all of these 3, I think this last one, the sad Asian man, is the only one that looks remotely close to me. And even then, I don't think it looks that close to me. So what I would do from here is I would go back and I would change perhaps the hairstyle. And then I'll do something like the same what we had earlier, portrait with the 3 of Asian man with medium long hair in suit. Now let's look again. The first 2, yeah, I don't think it looks like me so much. Or does it? Sometimes we don't really see how we look. So if you think it does look like me and that I should have stuck with the first one, let me know below. And meanwhile, we're gonna render another set of images with medium long hair since I kind of do have medium long hair. Sometimes that helps. Okay, so now we're seeing these characters starting to come together, and they do have a medium long hair, which is kind of more similar to me. Now, I think the excited Asian man one is a bit too excited, so I'll just do something like smiling. And then I'll add 30-year-old Asian man. All right, so the second one of the shocked, I think that looks like it could potentially be swapped to look like me. So I'll go with either the first one or the second one. The third one looks good too, but I think from this starting point, the first one already kind of has my face shape and my look, so that would probably fit better. So let's upscale the first one. And then now for the sad Asian man, doesn't look too sad, just looks like he's not excited. So maybe I'll do a crying portrait of crying Asian man. Okay, so now we have the shocked one. We'll swap that face out and see how that looks. Now the smiling one looks good too, so I'm gonna take the first one and then I'm gonna swap this face out. Okay, so the excited one, I think it does look like me, so I will take this and save it. All right, the smiley one also I think kind of looks like me too, so I'll also save this. Of course, my hair is not that curly and it is a bit shorter, but this still fly as an example. And one more tip, as you are making this, and if you like a certain image and it looks like this is too short, right? Like it only ends at this chest level. If you want to expand it, there's a function on Midjourney that you can expand down on the bottom. So for example, this one, if I like it, then I'll expand on the bottom and then it'll show up of more of this character. Okay, so this is the crying, sad Asian man, and I'll probably take the second one. We'll see how that turns out. And now I put in the face swap request. It kind of does look like me. I guess we could use it. I'll also expand this a bit down too, so he has more of his body. All right, so here's our expansion from earlier. It looks good. I'll swap the face out, and now we have the full from the bottom up of this portrait. And I will save that. Now there's the sad one, and I will also face swap this one. And so we have our three. I'll save this. I think it looks good. And then from here, we can bring this into our template. So if we're making a thumbnail, potentially you have a template for it. And what I would do here is I would bring it in. And of course, there's some things that are missing, right? Like there's a background on the image you created already, and it just doesn't fit exactly with what's here. So what I would do here is I would go to Edit Image and Background Remover. Now, after you put the background remover on, you have your avatar. And so, for example, if I wanted to use the sad one, there you go, I have this. And then if I want to do the more happy one, I could do this, bring this one in, and then do the same thing and remove that background and also have this image here. Now this one looks really good, right? Like this can be applied to many different types of thumbnails. And now the last one, which is the shocked one, I would do the same thing, background remover. And then here you go, there's a shocked image of me, shocked at whatever AI news is coming out. And so the beauty of this is that you can have a set of images of this person that could be used for many different occasions. Now you see here, this is a pack already. There's the shocked, there's the smiling, and there's the sad. If you want to create something for yourself or for your client, you could go extremely in depth and have maybe this person wearing an astronaut costume or wearing something casual or just doing some crazy situations that potentially could be very difficult to do in real life and have a pack for that. And you could also have the regular pack that you use for everyday use. For example, like here, maybe the suit could be used for a lot of situations because it's just so universal. Like you could apply this to many different situations. So the benefit here is that you're saving a ton of time and money by skipping out on doing the photo shoot that has a crazy concept. And the crazier that you can make it, even better. So if you want access to this template, I'll link it below. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. You learned something that you could apply to yourself and for your client work. And I'll see you in the next video.